Fight, are you ready?
Combate global.
Oh, what a punch. What an incredible fight. Can you believe what you just saw? We have a champion.
Oh, there is beautiful Miami on Labor Day weekend. Hope everyone is taking time off and enjoying. Summer is officially over. Don't think it's going to cool down in Miami because that just doesn't happen. We are inside Univision Studios, as always, getting ready to rock and roll. Now, what we're seeing right now in La Jaula is evolution. The man on the left, Dylan Reischman, was homeschooled since the 8th grade in order to improve as a mixed martial artist. This is a sport that didn't exist till I was in high school. What we're seeing is that evolution of the sport. Am I wrong?
Isn't it crazy? If you go back to right when we started this stuff, you know, you had karate, you had to go to all these things. Now you go one gym, one-stop shop. And this is Dylan, you know, this is the type of guy that started very young and took all these disciplines. And this is where the sport has evolved to 30 years now into it now. Fresh start, young blood. I mean, you could see the evolution in the sport. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and where he specializes is with his ground game, right? Trains with Cobrinho, a jiu-jitsu legend, his school in Las Vegas. And here is the head-to-head. Oh, God, 21 years old, 6 years. Shut up, Rodolfo. 6 years younger than his opponent. Same height, 5'10". Both weighed in at a similar weight. Beatrice, get us started here at Combate Global.
Y arrancamos con mucha más acción, las reglas de la jaula. 3 vueltas de 5 minutos, 3 jueces, utilizando el sistema de 10 puntos. Este duelo en la división peso gallo this bout. In the bantamweight division, los jueces son, the judges are Theodore Kroger, Byron Sellers, and Jonathan Lane. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. In the blue corner, en la esquina azul, vestido de azul, wearing blue. Su peso oficial, 135.2 libras. His official weight, 135.2 pounds. Tonight, he enters a jaula to make his professional debut. Esta noche, entra a la jaula a hacer su debut profesional. De Wilmington, North Carolina, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Dylan, Dirty Dylan Reischman. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, wearing white, vestido de blanco, su peso oficial, 135.4 libras, his official weight, 135.4 pounds. Tonight, he enters la jaula undefeated as a pro with 1 victory. Esta noche, entra a la jaula invicto como profesional con una victoria. From Napa, California, Jaime, the Gentleman, Mora Muñoz. El referee, Alan Abeles.
We're ready to go in round number 1. Dylan Reischman, you see him in the blue, taking on Jaime Muñoz. He is in the white.
Yeah, you see right from the start, Jamie, to test out Dylan. He tends to switch his stand if he feels comfortable. If not, he'll switch out to the other side.
Has already done it once.
Oh, we got clocked there, but Jamie very confident with his hands, Jamie.
What you want to do, you have pro experience. Mora Muñoz, 1-0 as a pro. Reischman making his debut. Got to watch your defense. He's kind of letting those hands float.
What I was going to tell you is those hooks are coming in from every area, and it's because Dylan is not keeping up those hands up, and he gets a little loopy. Any minute he's going to go, yep, he's going to try to go and work to that jiu-jitsu game where he feels very confident. His bread and butter, Jimmy. But Muñoz has that wrestling background.
Exactly, like almost flying triangle there. Good job from Muñoz staying patient. Both these guys, though, you can almost feel that nervous energy, right? They're so early in their career. Oh, good right hand from Reischman. Tried to go to the well again.
That kid has some power in it.
Talk about the wrestling advantage of Muñoz. Now going high crotch right into the guillotine. Reischman trying to get it done early. It is tight.
May have something in there, Jimmy.
Will we see the early tap in his pro debut?
He's gonna pull out.
He's trying hard to get that head out. It is close. We're gonna know right now. Can't hang here for long, and it is out just in time. I think he had another couple more seconds in there. Or we have a technical submission as he goes out. Reischman now trying to isolate the left arm of Muñoz.
This is where Dylan is very confident, very patient with that jiu-jitsu background, as you stated.
Very leg over the head. That's the start.
So very
extend his hips, trap the elbow. Now the arm's twisted, a little bit of a mirror lock there. A bit more of a shoulder lock.
Trying to pull into that armbar, Jimmy.
Yeah, Muñoz got to put his weight down or he's going to tap, trying to step over. But that is a desperation escape from this position.
And rightfully
he got out.
Yep.
Good transition to the triangle, the jiu-jitsu black belt. Studying at a Cobreño school in Las Vegas, Nevada. Tell he's putting his time in on the mat. Seamless jiu-jitsu so far.
You know, you think of this kid, you know, when he was in high school, you have your typical school day, and extracurricular activities was not playing football or basketball, it was jiu-jitsu, Jimmy.
It's its own thing now, and so many kids are doing that. They're starting out like, you know, we would have when I was a wrestler in high school.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be doing jiu-jitsu,
right.
Doing MMA, you're doing kickboxing. 12-6 elbow, illegal.
Yep.
That's a warning for the 12-6, not taking a point, not changing position. That's good refereeing.
Kudos there to Alan Abellis. Starting from the same position, warning the warning. And you know, that happens. First pro fight, the nerves coming in. You can see they're Dylan trying to look at his corner.
Yeah, the kid looks composed so far in his pro debut, but one thing you got to keep in mind for Muñoz, stay composed as well. You've gotten out of a few tight submissions. It gets harder as the fight progresses. It gets sweatier, hard to pull off the submission game. What you want to do is neutralize the hips. Keep your opponent's hips close to yours. Don't let him angle. Now going body triangle from the guard. That can be dangerous if your opponent knows how to counter. It doesn't look like Muñoz does.
But in a way, though, Muñoz is like putting himself in a trap, because in that striking battle, Muñoz tend to have the advantage. But dancing with that wrestling, where you know that Dylan has the advantage of jiu-jitsu, you know, that could be the end of it. Just try to see if you get this fight.
Going guillotine again.
Oh, there it is.
It was tight before. Very difficult for Muñoz to escape. He did it once, and this time wisely keeping the hands from getting locked. Just over a minute left in round number one. What has been a very entertaining fight. Dylan Reischman in the blue trunks, taking on Jaime Mora Muñoz, who's in the white. Mora Muñoz 1-0 in MMA. This is Reischman's pro debut.
It stood out for me with Dylan how he was able to use the howler perfectly, moving himself way out, using that howler IQ to position himself where he's able to work.
Now the question is, as round number one starts winding down, about 40 seconds left, who saved gas for round number two? Because man, so much energy in that first round, so many nerves.
Right, with that first fight coming in as a pro for Dylan, the second for Muñoz.
People have never done it. I always tell them, however you feel, energy-wise, a third is going to be nerves.
Yeah.
You are a third less ready than you think you are. We finished round number one. Activity from both fighters.
You're doing good. You have to punch straight down. I saw my back.
Yeah, do me a favor. Breathe. Pay attention to him. I got you.
All right. Hey, your jiu-jitsu is there. The closed guard is there. You can get the armor there. He's hanging out way too hard. Look for the triangle. Break his posture. Keep him down. You're landing that 1-1-2. Put the 1-1-2 on him. He's going to want to take you down. Like, he's got nothing on the top. All he's going to want to do is strike. When he strikes, you got to set up a triangle or submission. You got to get your butterfly hooks in, and you got to sweep. Or you got to sweep him out. He's giving it to you. He doesn't have any fighting jiu-jitsu. All he's going to do is just try to get in close guard and do nothing. Use your close guard, use your sweep. Use your jiu-jitsu. Your jiu-jitsu is so much better than this guy.
Welcome back to Combate Global. It is Dylan Reischman making his pro debut on your left in the blue trunks, getting a little admonishment from the referee about his 12-6 elbows. They were a problem in round number 1. Taking on Jaime Mora Muñoz. He is in the white. He was 1-0 as a pro. Reischman once again making his pro debut.
Yeah, and in between rounds, Jimmy, the corner, Reischman telling me, hey, man, jiu-jitsu's there. You got way better jiu-jitsu. Stick to it. 1-1-2. Let him feed in so you can go in for the takedown and take that fight to the ground.
His corner acted like this was a jiu-jitsu tournament.
Right.
All they talked about
right.
was
That's all they said.
That was it.
Well, if it's working for you, right? But never underestimate your opponent, especially at this day and age where you are as a fighter. Anything can happen.
Now we have open scoring. Jaime Mora Muñoz winning on all 3 judges' scorecards. So the corner advice of your jiu-jitsu is working. To the judges,
right.
it's not. Right.
Right, exactly. Hope they got the memo.
Now if you're in Muñoz's corner, you say the hard part's over. Right? You counted all the submissions in round number 1. It gets harder. Round number 2 and 3, you're okay. You're out of the woods. Whether it's true or not, that's what you tell him.
Yeah, but Muñoz, what I'm seeing from him, his energy levels here a little bit down compared to how he left off in that first.
You're seeing a lot of fatigue on
Back.
the fighter from Napa, California. Nice high kick, though. Good right hand from Reischman.
Yeah, and for him, he needs to keep this fight to the top in the striking. I mean, he's having more of an impact with it.
Reischman, we know about his jiu-jitsu game. Brown belt in jiu-jitsu. Team Cobrinho, legend in jiu-jitsu, but seems comfortable right now in round number 2. Stand up and strike.
And right now, he's just calling him, and there it is. He wanted to go for that takedown where Reischman wanted it.
Symbol,
position.
it's a sign that you're doing well. Oh my God!
Jesus Christ!
Broken.
Oh man!
That is nasty.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yep.
Woo. Oh.
It's a severe injury, ladies and gentlemen.
You know, I'm recalling this stuff. This is the 3rd one I see of this stuff, and
takedown, leg got caught underneath him, and that knee folded the wrong way.
Oh man, Jimmy.
Difficult part of the sport. You saw Mora Muñoz kind of throw his hands up. And difficult end to a pro debut. We will continue when we come back. Combate Global, don't go anywhere. Welcome back inside Univision Studios, Combate Global. Jimmy Smith alongside of Rodolfo Roman. So before the unfortunate ending you see right now, Dylan Reischman being removed from La Jaula. They are taking him out. Knee injury, he's wrapped up. He will be cared for tonight. If we get any updates, we will let you know. Up until that point, Rodolfo, he looked composed. Jiu-jitsu looked good. His striking looked like he was growing in confidence as the fight was going on. You know, should he heal up soon? Which he's 21 years old. Hopefully he heals up quickly. What do you think about his future possibility in La Jaula?
He looks great, and you learn from your mistakes. This is only his first professional bout in mixed martial arts. He was doing very well, especially just a lot of composure, a lot of confidence. So look, it's just a matter of getting that leg back into work, getting it strong, and work a little bit in the striking, you know, be a little bit more confident in the striking instead of just sticking to jiu-jitsu. Again, this is MMA all around. You gotta be in all areas, be confident.
Let's talk about the winner, of course, Jaime Mora Muñoz winning by TKO. Strong in round number 1 with his striking, but as you pointed out, Rodolfo, during the fight, started to kind of lose his wind a little bit in round number 2. Wasn't as confident with the striking. Did get, of course, the body lock and takedown that led to the injury, but a little bit of more consistency when it comes to the striking, the pacing, perhaps, for him?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of it just took him, a lot of it drained him out, even though he won that round.
Yeah.
A lot of it drained a lot of the energy when he was in the ground, you know, transitioning with Dylan out there. So, you know, work a little bit on that cardio, the stand-up, because he was backpedaling midway through that 2nd round. So we couldn't know exactly what could happen in that 3rd round.
Not how we wanted to win, but he gets the victory. Beatriz Callas will make it official.
El tiempo oficial. 1 minuto y 47 segundos del round número 2, the official time. 1 minute and 47 seconds of round number 2. And the winner by technical knockout, el ganador por knockout técnico, Jaime Mora Muñoz.
We will take this win with a heavy heart, but as they tell us, it is a hard heart that kills. If you're not willing to injure your opponent, wouldn't be the sport for you. He'll have to think about that going back to the gym. A tough way to win, but he now moves to 2-0 in MMA. Now we roll on here at Combate Global. When we come back, a showdown in a division that always supplies the action, 155 pounds. It looks like they're being separated in the tunnel. Just wait till they get into La Jaula, and it is going to be a war here at Combate Global when we come back. It is the weight class of glory right now in MMA. The lightweights, 155 pounds, got two big ones. Kade Kottenbrook taking on Michael Martinez. It is going to be a brutal showdown. Can't wait till our own Beatrice Callas gets us started. Take it away.
Entrando a la jaula, Kade Kottenbrook.
Big, physical, intense. This is what this guy brings into La Jaula tonight. Trains out of Yuma Grit, 3-0 as an amateur. Pro debut just doesn't mean what it used to. Guys have amateur fights, 3-0, undefeated. Wrestler in high school, blue belt in jiu-jitsu. From Yuma, Arizona, home to, Cain Velasquez, Kelvin Gastelum, Efren Escudero, some great fighters out of that area. This kid, no exception at all.
This guy is a specimen to be dealt with. Just a force to walk it in there. Chisel, did you see the dude out there? But exceptional in the wrestling and the striking. As a blue belt in jiu-jitsu, has a lot of potential inside La Jaula, making his debut. Really looking forward to this young man to compete in here for the first time.
Yeah, but can he control his nerves? Beatrice, bring in his opponent so we can get started.
His opponent, Michel Martinez.
There he is, Michel Martinez. 1-0 as a pro, just getting started as a professional. Started out as a kickboxer, made the transition to MMA. Fan of Alexander Volkanovski and Ilya Taporia. I think he's gonna have to choose one.
One or the other, right?
Pretty soon it's gonna be one or the other.
This guy's a serious dude, top striker. Of course, coming from that background for the striking. However, he moved down here to Miami, Florida to hone his skills. He was a champion in Spain in his weight class of mixed martial arts. He competed in Greece, representing his country. But here in Miami, he's training with the MMA Masters, folks, because he knows he needed that extra notch, an extra hump to bring up his skills. And we're about to see it. When you train guys with Colby Covington, guys like Danny Chavez, who competed for quite some time, that's where you up your level, Jimmy.
Well, let's see if it pays off tonight. 27 years old for Kade Kottenbrook. Martinez, 33. Similar height, just a 1-inch advantage for Martinez. Same reach, pretty much the same weight. Who controls the nerves? I might decide this fight. Let's get going.
Continuamos con mucha más acción este duelo. En la división peso ligero, we continue with much more action this bout. In the lightweight division, los jueces son the judges are Vicente Rodríguez, Theodore Kroger, and Byron Sellers. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. In the blue corner, en la esquina azul, wearing blue, vestido de azul, su peso oficial, 155.2 libras, his official weight, 155.2 pounds. Tonight, he enters La Jaula to make his professional debut. Esta noche, entra a La Jaula a hacer su debut profesional. From Yuma, Arizona, Kade Kottenbrook! In the red corner, en la esquina roja, wearing yellow, vestido de amarillo, su peso oficial, 155.6 libras, his official weight, 155.6 pounds. Tonight, he enters a jaula undefeated as a pro with one victory. Esta noche, entra a la jaula invicto como profesional con una victoria. De Tudela, Navarra, España, Michel, La Furia, Martinez. El referee, Marcos Pérez de Panamá.
Okay, if you know the rules, I want a clean fight, or we're going to command at all time, okay? Usted sabe las reglas, usted las limpia. Perfecto. Lo voy a decir en tu momento, okay? So what you want, go to the comment.
As we are getting ready for round number 1, Michel Martinez in the yellow. Kottenbrook in the blue. You can tell Martinez wants to kickbox. He's bouncing around when they were getting ready to touch gloves.
Both these dudes, you could tell the adrenaline, the excitement right from the start, man. Yeah, Kade has that good base in the ground game. Michel with that kickboxing.
Kottenbrook out of Yuma, Arizona, coming out in the southpaw stance. A lot of times for wrestlers, it's easy to learn to box southpaw. You want to lead with your strong leg in wrestling. That's just how they learn to box.
Michel trying to go with that striking, trying to go for the hooks, but nobody home. Good way of Kade to keep down his stance.
And for the double leg, good defense from Martinez. Former semi-pro soccer player. Remember Jose Aldo, great soccer player as well. What does that mean? Great gas tank. You can go forever.
Justin himself trying to see if we could catch Michel at the right time.
Michel Martinez from the orthodox stance, trying to get something going with the jab. Good body lock by Kottenbrook. What you want early in your career is efficient takedowns. Don't want to waste a lot of energy against the fence. Not used to really pacing yourself. You don't have a lot of MMA hours in there.
Good way from Martinez there, defending as much as he can. Obviously, credit goes to all that work he's been put in MMA Masters.
Well, you train with Colby Covington. You better learn to stop the takedown. And you have some miserable, miserable minutes at MMA Masters. Nice straight shot from Martinez. Good combo there. Kottenbrook, though, walking through it, getting the first takedown of his career. Saw you get nervous there for a second.
Yes, I did. I did.
Last fight.
Jimmy. Sorry, I really did. I'm like, oh, I'm like flashbacks.
Kottenbrook getting into side control. Good pressure in here where, you want to just relax and use your jiu-jitsu to take the energy away from your opponent. Don't try to do too much. Kottenbrook, good job stepping over in the crucifix position.
And that's where Kottenbrook wants Michel right here to put a quick ending to this first pro debut, pro fight.
Knee on belly, got a little too aggressive with it, but Kottenbrook not letting him off the hook. Martinez giving up his back, one hook in.
Martinez in deep, deep trouble.
Going hard for the rear naked, but Martinez able to get on his side, but now open to the ground and pound.
It's a dangerous position for Martinez with that background in kickboxing to see how much work he's put on the ground game to defend himself. We're gonna see it here.
Now Kottenbrook right in his element, the grappler from Yuma, Arizona. Good move.
Way escaping, that's that work he put in.
Going for the guillotine.
Oh, he may have something here. Good way though, Kade transitioning.
Yeah, rookie mistake though, pulling on the guillotine with no guard, and now he's
right back where
it was.
Kind of just laying on his back there, chugging that back. Didn't want to do that. Attempts maybe another slam if the opportunity's there.
Kade Kottenbrook, you saw when he walked in, he's a physical monster at 55. He's a good-sized welterweight.
He's chiseled. Both.
Martinez, though, good job getting back to his feet. The Spanish kickboxer has fought internationally in kickboxing, but only 1-0 in MMA.
It's crazy, Jimmy, when you look back at the start of mixed martial arts, the athleticism of these athletes nowadays compared to then, right? It's like
crazy.
It's insane.
I mean, they go through the same strength and conditioning as an NFL athlete, NHL athlete. It's crazy. And that's clear with Kottenbrook here, putting a lot of pressure on Martinez.
And he'll let you know what his last name is.
Yeah, just in case you forget, it's tattooed literally down his spine.
Who needs a jersey?
Nice left knee. Now going after Martinez. Martinez back in the center of La Jaula, which is where he wants it.
And that's where attacking here feels a lot more effective and confident.
And with some wild kicks, not really worried about the takedown of Kottenbrook.
Not much, you know, not offensively from Martinez. I don't know if he's playing possum or he's trying to hold back, let the clock run out to the second round.
Could be a little bit fatigued. I mean, he's had to fight off a bigger guy on the ground for a bit.
That's another thing. That little episode there underground can take a lot out of you.
Martinez, right where he wants to be. Can he leave an impression with the judges in the last 10 seconds as he walks into a shot from Kottenbrook? Good right hand to punctuate round number 1 for the Spaniard.
Nada, me saco, hay que tirar, golpearlo arriba, no que pegas, ¿me estás escuchando? Va a sacar el combate, me escucho, va a sacar el combate. Baja mucho la mano derechamente, me caso. Ok.
Close your eyes, keep it shut, all right? I can't even see that fucking stuff. Right here? That's nothing. You're good.
Todo bien, todo bien, todo bien, todo bien. Pues Michel, por favor. Hazme caso, mano, pega arriba es distancia, no te piensas, no lo cojas. ¿Me estás escuchando?
Breathe, breathe, breathe. Come on. Breathe, you're good.
Hazme caso, Michel. ¡Una mierda, joder! ¡Va!
Welcome back to Combate Global. If the nerves are getting to Kade Kottenbrook in his pro debut in the blue on your left, it's not showing. He's coming out in round number 2 with a lot of energy. His opponent, that's right, Michel Martinez from Spain, 1-0 as a pro, just got dropped.
That's his footing there, Jimmy. Got a little slippery there, slippery slope.
And threw a shot, didn't have his feet underneath him. Now he's got to deal with a very big lightweight on top of him.
You know, towards the end of that first round, I noticed that he'll lower down his stance, and then when he's striking, he'll stand up, and it's just almost like you forget his legs. And that's some of the things I've picked out of Martinez so far.
Some of his choices a bit unorthodox, right? Things he needs to work on a little bit, maybe in the transition to MMA. He's right now Kottenbrook on top. You have open scoring here. And Kade Kottenbrook convinced 2 of the judges that he was the winner in round number 1. Nice omoplata escape for Michel Martinez. Michel Martinez fighting out of Spain, but training here at MMA Masters in South Florida.
We've seen some great fighters out of Spain, both the females and the males.
Nice left, right through the center from the southpaw stance, but eats a hook.
But at the same time, Martinez will backpedal and leave himself open. Got to be protective there against a guy like Kade. He's going to come at you like a bull.
Kottenbrook with that, bull-like attack. Yeah. Not moving his head very much.
No.
Close your eyes and hit him with a hook. So far, that's what Martinez has done. But Kottenbrook, not afraid to exchange on the feet with the kickboxing expert.
This could take a lot out of Martinez in this position, but Martinez still fishing for that guillotine.
Still thinking about it. We're back to the center. Look at the stats. Martinez only 13 of 20. Kottenbrook 34 of 49. A lot of those on the ground. 3 takedowns in round number 1.
Little judo there. That's that judo background that Martinez has. Kade still hunting down for that takedown. Martinez, good way of sprawling in, putting in those hips down, not allowing him to move forward with a takedown.
Yeah, good job putting his hips forward. Once again, in that guillotine position.
Yeah.
Strange choice. You end up here, you end up against the fence. Now circling out toward La Jaula, toward the center.
Yeah, Martinez needs to use that distance. And there's not just one shot. Give me more than 1 or 2. One's not gonna do anything. There we go.
Nice right hand from Martinez.
You know, the Kade now a little less energetic-wise, we would say. There's that bull type of approach.
He's a take one to give two kind of fighter. He'll take that shot coming in if he feels he can put you against the fence. Good left hook! Kottenbrook is rocked! He's out on his feet, and that's it!
Oh, one lucky shot right there, bam! He was waiting for it.
No such thing as luck in
No,
La
he
Jaula.
was waiting for it, though. He was waiting for it. You know, you mentioned that he said he'll come right at you like a bull, and it was just the right moment, the right timing. Martinez just caught the right timing. Bam!
The hook had been landing all night. It caught Kottenbrook flush coming in. Look at this. Bang!
Ding, right there. Beautiful left hook to have him wobbled.
That shot behind the ear right after that took the fight out of Kottenbrook. Here it is again.
Boom. Right there. Right on the money.
It was like the first left hook just needed a little adjustment, and he made it. The kickboxer from Spain, now 2-0
Great
in his
debut.
young MMA career. Kottenbrook, to your point, great debut. Went for it with everything he had. It came up short, but his career far from over. We will make it official here at Combate Global when we come back. Welcome back to Combate Global as we take you en La Jaula. Oh, how nice it is to be undefeated. Beatriz Callas, make it official.
El tiempo oficial, 3 minutos y 9 segundos del round número 2, the official time. 3 minutes and 9 seconds of round number 2. And the winner, by technical knockout, el ganador por knockout técnico, Michel Martinez!
Michel Martinez 2-0 now as a pro. He is feeling it. The kickboxer from Spain showed he had physical power tonight. Great finishing ability.
Great stuff, and it was just waiting for that right moment to connect. Those left hooks and right hooks were there all day, and it's just a matter of the right time when Kade would just rush in, and boom, that's all she wrote. Michel did a great wise move, moving from Spain to Miami to train with the MMA Masters and perfect this game. Let's take a look right here. He lost his footing. That was that first round. Kade taking advantage. He had a lot of fun there on the ground, working a lot. Most of that first round, Kade, that's where he took that round. And then that judo coming into play. He has that background. And Martinez, that striking. It could throw you off, Jimmy, because at one point it looked like he was out, and then bam! Just connecting, and the referee, Marco, stepping in. He had seen enough. Kade even wobbled there. Didn't even know. For a moment there, kind of lost there, a little dazed and confused.
He was the walking dead after that hook right behind the ear. Great stuff for the kickboxer from Spain, 155 right now. Red hot in MMA, red hot here in Combate Global. He has a nice future in it. 36 of 56 was Kade Kottenbrook, but a lot of those on the floor in round number 1. We thought maybe he could turn it on, get a stoppage. He had Martinez in trouble in round number 1, which is why it's so impressive. Martinez able to turn it around in round number 2. A win is great. A win with adversity is even sweeter. There is more to come here at Combate Global. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Combate Global. Jimmy Smith alongside Rodolfo Roman. We've had 2 fights so far in La Jaula. The story was the same. Pro debuter taking on, I don't want to say a veteran, but someone who had fought before at 1-0. Both times the fighter who was 1-0 walked out with the victory. Let's talk about fight number 1. Don't like the way it ended, of course. Dylan Reischman, of course, suffering a knee injury in round number 2. But let's talk about that ability of his opponent, Jaime Mora Muñoz, to come back from adversity. There were some tough spots in round number 1. Now, the judges, of course, gave it to Mora Muñoz, but this idea that there were close submissions, if you were a jiu-jitsu fan, you would have given Reischman round number 1. There was some adversity in that first round, but he kept his cool. Do you think that was the key?
Yeah, and I wanted to add that Dylan is on the way to the hospital due to that injury. I go, well wishes to him. We never want to see such a young man like that suffer an injury like that, but the sport happens. He'll recover. I'm sure we'll be seeing him in action, but he recovered. You know, he listened to his corner, Muñoz, going back, and in that between rounds, Dylan's corner, hey, stick to your jiu-jitsu, stick to it. And you're right. It's not a jiu-jitsu match. This is a mixed martial arts match where you're able to apply every single type of martial art that you have learned. And that, I think, was the issue here. He really depended on it. And look, it is what it is. Muñoz lives on. He got the victory. Not the way he wanted to win, but he's 2-0 now.
Yeah, and there is more to come. Leonardo Morales versus Jose Ferreira. Ferreira undefeated, 11-0, looking to extend his streak. David Aguilar versus Alfrego Ruelas. You're looking for a war in that one.
That is the fight. That's going to be a dog fight. Doggy Aguilar and Alfrego, those dudes just love to stand there and bang, man. They are ferocious. They're going to leave it all inside La Jaula. Do not sleep on that fight. May go the distance, but it's going to be a fun 3-rounder, man.
Well, let's talk about our main event. We have Leonardo Jaime Morales taking on an undefeated Jose Ferreira. Let's learn a little more about Morales.
El MMA hoy en día es un deporte muy lindo, saca lo mejor de mí, me hace ser mejor persona, me ha dado muchos beneficios para mi familia y entonces para mí el MMA te puede ayudar a salir adelante y a mantenerte saludable al 100%. Antes mis primeras peleas era mucho nervio y eso me ayudaba mucho porque cuando entraba en la pelea ya entraba más vivo, más activo. Hoy en día ya tengo demasiadas peleas que solo estoy ahí esperando y salgamos a pelear y ya, ¿me entiendes? Hagamos el trabajo ya. Sabemos que es una pelea dura, ¿verdad? La agarramos porque nos gusta pelear para combate. Se va a dar y pues ahí estamos preparados para la guerra, que es lo que queremos y que lo que venga, lo que venga. Hola, tiro locos. Espero que esté preparado al 100%, hermano, para que demos una guerra, un buen show y que quede plasmado para combate global.
When you talk about big names, you talk about experience, Leonardo Morales has that, okay? A decision loss to Yair Rodriguez. He's a veteran of the Ultimate Fighter, fought in the UFC, so he's fought some of the best in the world. That ability to know where the greatest are and where I am against them, how much does that help him tonight against a fighter who is undefeated but young, hasn't taken on everybody in the world?
He's been there with the best of the best, right? And he knows especially what his flaws are. Yeah. He knows exactly his style of fighting, his confidence, so he knows exactly what his opponent's going to do. So what he needs to do is he's very effective with the kicks, with that Taekwondo background, and that jab. The jab is effective. The only problem that I see for Jimmy is that as you get into the latter part of the fight, his energy, his cardio tends to slow down. We saw when he took on Froggy last year, if I'm correct, get the right timing of that. And he'll come up explosive, very fast, high volume, and then just slow down. So if he needs to get this win against Ferreira, it has to happen very soon. He cannot sleep on it because Ferreira's coming in like a Category 5, man. He's going all in.
Here's the difficulty. When you look at his record, when you look at his style, to your point, he has a nice long jab, he has nice long kicks, but it's been, 5-6 decisions in a row. Right. He's had trouble sealing the deal a bit. Faster start this time around?
Yeah, no doubt. He's going to be quicker, he's going to be faster, and he has to take advantage of that. He has to put a quick blow. This is his 12th fight. 12th fight for Ferreira. A young stud, training with the Valley Flow Striking, and what really impressed me about this guy is when he went back and looked at that tape, and even though he had a great victory over Martin Bravo, a veteran, another guy that's been with top-notch talent, and he said, I know I have still mistakes, even though you look at my record, and I'm like the savage beast. But I know that each fight, as I climb higher, is tougher and tougher, and is going to be the best fight and the fight that I need to win. I need to prove to myself how good I am when I go up against a guy, a vet like Jaime Morales.
Well, Jose Ferreira, of course, undefeated, but how good does he think he is? He'll tell you right now.
Hasta el momento yo creo que esta es mi pelea más importante que tengo. Le voy a ganar a otro peleador que tiene mucha experiencia y ganarle a un peleador que tenga tanta experiencia y que sea tan reconocido me hace confiar mucho más en mi habilidad el momento después de ganarle. Mentalmente para una pelea me preparo recordando mis bases. Hago siempre autorreconocimiento de mis preparaciones, de mis peleas anteriores, estudio mis errores y trato de simplemente también concentrarme en lo que puedo hacer y lo que yo puedo controlar. Bueno, la verdad yo me imagino esta pelea cortándole los espacios a Chimi, no dejando trabajarlo, moviéndome mucho, siendo muy inteligente, midiéndolo y en sus contraataques yo meterle y lucharlo, cansarlo y yo voy a hacer mi juego. Chimi, yo vengo a ganar, yo no vengo a perder. Que gane el mejor, pero el mejor soy yo.
You called him a Category 5. That may be underestimating. It doesn't go higher than 5, but my point is, when he is offensively kicking, Jose Ferreira is just unbelievable. He strings it together unbelievably well. I mean, punches to kicks to ground and pound to takedown. He's smooth in his offense. How do you stop that once it gets rolling?
Man, that's the secret, right? That is going to be the test for Chime Morales. How do you stop it? Well, you have to put it right from the stop. And it was 2021 when he took on Froggy Estrada. And it has to be that jab. It has to be that just set it up to set your pace where you want to. And it's going to come down, Jimmy, really to a KO, possibly, a submission if possible. Because if you go into the latter part for Chimmy, I don't see it quite well because of that history that he has. As you get into the third round, his cardio is not there. But for Ferreira, look, when he got here for the first time, we saw him against Patrick Lahan. Patrick Lahan had a phenomenal competition in a tournament that he had. And that guy was a young stud. And Ferreira just came in and just picked him apart. Standing, right timing, knew exactly where to hit and target. And that is a vicious, powerful dude, Ferreira. And his ground and pound is just effective and powerful and ferocious.
If you're looking for weaknesses, there aren't a lot of them. His tendency to walk into shots, to walk into punches. He did against Martin Bravo. Yep. Got rocked a couple times. Right. Could that catch up with him tonight?
Yeah, that's what he needs to be careful on. He needs to keep those hands up. Can't get too comfortable because don't sleep on a vet.
And that vet, Leonardo Morales, being stared down by Jose Ferreira. It can be technical. It can be beautiful. It can also be a dog fight. We'll see what kind of fight it is when we come back. Our main event, Morales, Ferreira. Will the undefeated fighter keep on rolling? Stay tuned and find out. There's the beautiful skyline of Miami, the last day of summer. That's right, everyone enjoying their Labor Day weekend. Don't expect it to cool down outside. Don't expect it to cool down in here inside Univision Studios. Going to La Jaula for our main event. Can the undefeated fighter keep his streak going? Jimmy Smith alongside Rodolfo Roman. As much faith as I have, this is going to be a great fight. I have even more faith in my broadcast partner here, not favoring your paisano from Nicaragua. There you go, you're not.
You like tortillas, pinolillo? You ever heard
Love
of that?
it.
No.
Love it.
You've
all
never
that.
tried it, you liar.
You kidding me? I am from Southern California. Excuse you. There is
Horchata, but that's not Nicaraguan.
There is no Central American food I have not had.
Queso frito?
Thank you. I've had everything. Everything.
I'm going to call you out on that later.
All right, enough of that, all right? But you cannot favor Leonardo Morales as he tries to stop the freight train, the hurricane, as you called it. That is Jose Ferreira, 11-0. There is no offensive weapon he doesn't have. Beatrice, bring them both into La Jaula tonight for our main event.
Entrando a la jaula, Leonardo Morales.
All joking aside, with my broadcast partner, some great fighters in the history of Nicaragua. Alexis Arguello, my particular favorite, but take your pick. A great history of combat sports. That's where he's coming from tonight.
There's one thing in Nicaragua, right? You have baseball, we got fighting. That's what Nicaraguans love. They love boxing and they love baseball. That's what they live for. And Alexis Arguello, actually one of the top guys there coming out of that country. Even Floyd Mayweather said if there was one guy you wanted to fight and it's in the whole entire career, dead or alive, it would have been Alexis Arguello. So Jimmy Morales here, which I gotta call him out. He usually comes out with his Friday the 13th mask. I don't know what happened today, but he's not coming out with it today. Maybe a little too early for Halloween, but it's a guy that's very exceptional and really a pioneer for Nicaraguan mixed martial arts. because at the time when he started, MMA was something that just did not exist in Central America. Until little by little, they started incorporating all these martial arts, bringing them in there. You know, boxing was it. That's all you can find out there. And now a lot of these coaches that lived in the United States have brought it to Nicaragua. There's a couple of camps that are open in Managua, where Jaime actually started. But he moved now to Arizona, training with the UKF, Javier Torres, training out there with some studs, and has really cleaned up some of his arsenal and the offense. So looking forward to see what he's up for here tonight.
Well, let's see what he can do. Beatrice, get him in there.
Su oponente, José Ferreira.
There he is, 11-0, Jose Ferreira. Powerful, aggressive, technical, great takedown, great ground and pound, along with his punches, very, very accurate. As you said, Rodolfo, we're talking about him earlier, he's able to pick his spots so well. And you saw the package earlier when we were talking about this fight. It wasn't about aggression, it was about movement. It was about making his opponent miss, making him pay. Could we see a little slicker version of Ferreira after walking into some punches from Martin Bravo last time out?
Absolutely. I think you were going to see a little bit more creativity from Ferreira instead of just your top-notch black and white type of fighter. I think he's going to throw in some stuff there that we haven't even seen, that he feels more confident in displaying. You're in your 12th fight. You're looking in for that 12th victory. You have a 70%, right, average of finishing your opponent. You get a 70% chance that this man is going to finish off Jaime Morales here tonight, whether it be by submission or by knockout. So as you evolve, you're throwing in new stuff that you feel more confident. You've been trying out, testing out in the gym, in your sparring sessions, and you may be able to see it here tonight against Jaime Morales.
You know, he wants the finish, but finish is what comes to you. The harder you try to get it, the more things can go wrong. He's facing a veteran in Leonardo Morales. He says it's the most important fight of his career. Jose Ferreira just getting started. So much confidence and swagger in that young man, but can he keep his streak going? That is the question that we are about to answer. Beatrice, get us underway when we come back. Welcome back to Combate Global. What you're seeing are two caged animals. Literally. Leonardo Morales on your left, Jose Ferreira on your right. Ferreira 11-0, trying to make it that sweet dozen tonight at the veteran fighter's expense. That's right, UFC veteran in Morales. And he is stomping around, testing the strength of La Jaula, and it is like an elephant stomping around. Can you hear it?
Yeah, and I hear the man, it's like the young kids say, this place is lit.
Isn't it? That's right, everyone excited about Ferreira putting his undefeated record on the line. But you said it before we went to break, that he wants the finish. He wants the dramatic ending, but you start looking for that, that's when mistakes get made. What do you think of that attitude?
You have to be, you had to keep it, and he said it, right? This is my more important fight of my career today. Relax, take it cool. It's just another day in the job, have fun. I always like when fighters say, hey, you know, Jimmy, you know, when you're having fun out there is when you do your best work. When you put a little pressure on yourself is where you tend to fail. So relax, have fun, enjoy the fight.
Now let's see if there's a physical difference here. 5 years younger is Jose Ferreira. Slight height advantage for Morales. Reach advantage for Ferreira. Beatrice Callas, get our main event underway.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Este es el evento estelar de esta noche. We continue with much more action. This is the main event of the evening. División Peso Pluma, Featherweight Division. Los jueces son, the judges are Byron Sellers, Jonathan Lane, and Vicente Rodríguez. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. In the blue corner, la esquina azul, wearing blue, vestido de azul, su peso oficial, 145.8 libras, his official weight, 145.8 pounds. Tonight, he enters la jaula with 12 victories and 8 losses. Esta noche, entra a la jaula con 12 victorias y 8 derrotas. de Managua, Nicaragua, vía Phoenix, Arizona, Leonardo Jimmy Morales. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, wearing black, vestido de negro. Su peso oficial, 146 libras. His official weight, 146 pounds. Tonight, he enters la jaula undefeated as a pro with 11 victories. Esta noche, entra a la jaula invicto como profesional con 11 victorias. De Temuco, Chile, vía Chicago, Illinois, José Tiro Loco Ferreira. El referee, Alan Abeles.
Okay. All right, I gave you guys instructions in the locker room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself.
This place is electric for round number 1. Leonardo Morales in the blue, his opponent Jose Ferreira in the black.
Oh, Jimmy, I'm pumped for this one, man.
Oh, it's going to be great. 12-7. Leonardo Morales undefeated. 11-0 is Jose Ferreira.
Yeah, Jimmy tends to start with that low stance right from the stop. Ferreira more the taller in the stance of the two. But once he gets going, Jimmy, there's no way of stopping Ferreira. I mean, he's just going a flurry of punches. And that is when he's most dangerous. No way of stopping. Good straight jab. Start off the fight.
Morales has an excellent kick, excellent long punches down the center. That's been the key to his victory so far in Combate Global. He is 2-2, has won his last 2 inside La Jaula.
Morales bringing a little Ricardo Mayorga into this fight, calling him out, a little taunting, huh?
A little intensity.
Yeah.
Hopefully he doesn't have the personal habits
of
Mayorga.
Oh, good way of defending that, because Morales expected that takedown right from the start.
Yeah, a little trash talking from Morales. Watch that outside trip, though. Working his way to the back. This is a fighter from Chile, training out of Illinois, Ferreira.
They gave him Mayorga. I almost called him Mayorga.
You're
for the
already
first
calling
minute.
him. He does look a little bit like Ricardo Mayorga.
He threw me off with the tattoos and the talking. But Morales, from this position, just trash talking.
Ferreira going to work with the knees, staying in the clinch, and Morales kind of looking at the referee like, but Ferreira is working. Not going to get a separation there.
Yeah, he's doing what he needs to do effectively, changing, transitioning. And Morales told earlier this week he put in a lot of work up in Arizona UKF. And just changed his entire fight game. Has made him a better fighter today than he was, say, a few years ago. And conceptually here in La Jaula, he's 2-2, trying to make it 3-for-2. Victories, as I mentioned, over Ryan Hughes last time around we saw him competed. That was just awesome, Jimmy. He ended up winning some cash for his team. Top hit with that show at Exclusivos.
Good job with the straight punches from the southpaw stance. That lightning left hand, there it is again. Morales having a lot of faith in his power punches.
That's that confidence, Jimmy. That's that, what, 21st fight that he's into it now?
Exactly.
That's what that gives you. I've been here before. I know what to expect.
And answering back with power shots of his own.
But you know, Ferreira respects him for that.
Yeah.
He's not getting into it. He's not trying to play his game.
Nice body shot. The vulnerability from that southpaw stance, right? His ribs are out in front. Morales answering back with power.
Yeah, and Ferreira, what he's looking for is that.
Oh! Beautiful
Holy cow!
Kick. Oh! With the upset, it is over!
Wins! Woo!
Unbelievable!
Wow!
Ferreira protesting, but he is on rubber legs.
Wow!
The veteran with the upset.
You never sleep on a vet, Jimmy. Never sleep on a vet. Wow, that, you know, Jimmy has fought great talent, but right now, looking at it, restarting, you can even say restarting his career the way he is. Look at sweet, bam, bam, that kick. And remember we talked about that kick, how important it was, and then just following it up with the flurry of punches. It was that kick that made the difference. It was the jab and the kick that he had. They were his really top offensive weapons, and he used it effectively.
And Ferreira actually blocked some of the kick, but the foot went around. Look, as he hops up protesting,
he's still wobbling.
He is on rubber legs.
Wow.
Good stoppage by the referee, Morales. Stopping the Hurricane in its tracks with a first-round knockout.
Wow. Amazing stuff from Jaime Morales.
He knew he could do it, and he delivered in round number 1. Welcome back to Combate Global as we make our way into La Jaula and make the huge upset official. Beatrice, get it done.
El tiempo oficial, 3 minutos y 2 segundos del round número 1. The official time, 3 minutes and 2 seconds of round number 1. And the winner by technical knockout, el ganador por knockout técnico, de sangre nica, Leonardo Morales.
It is a trope in sports, but it takes your first loss to wake you up and make you better. We have not seen the last of Jose Ferreira, but tonight belongs to Leonardo Morales because of a beautiful head kick.
Yeah, you know, you talk about, let's take a look back real quickly about what he said about Martin Bravo and working on the timing. And that's what happened here. It almost seemed like he underestimated Morales, because Morales was taunting with him, he was playing with him. But you're right, he even kept his hand up to block it, but it was the power behind Morales' kick. And right here, that's all she wrote. Ferreira, when he got up, he was wobbly. You know, for a minute he was debating calling out the referee, but no, he was out. It was the right call for the ref for stepping and stopping the fight. Look at his legs, just wobbling around. Good way for Morales. Congratulations, El Nicaragüense, with a victory. Top-notch effort there, and you're right. Next time we see Ferreira around, I mean, it's going to be a different fighter.
You see the punches, the kicks, the numbers favor Jose Ferreira, but guess what? It only takes one. And it was a beautiful head kick followed by ground and pound that leads to the TKO in round number 1 for Leonardo Morales. Great stuff. And Ferreira, defense was good. Hand was up. When someone kicks you hard enough, there is no defense in MMA gloves, but we roll right on. That's right, the action continues. Carlos Reyes versus Michael Reyes. Reyes is gonna win. We're gonna separate it by first.
Right.
Don't
Who do
worry
you got?
about that.
Reyes?
I got Reyes in this
I got Reyes too.
Carlos versus Michael when we come back with that electricity. Oh my God, it will certainly continue when we come back to Combate Global. How do you overcome what we just saw? How do you top it? It's hard to do, but you know the electricity we're feeling? Come feel it yourself. Welcome back to Combate Global. It's the battle of the Reyeses. Carlos versus Michael Reyes. Let's find out about both fighters colliding tonight.
Lo primero que cruza mi mente antes de salir a pelear es que he sacrificado muchas cosas de mi vida por esto y tiene que valer la pena todo sacrificio. Mi nombre es Carlos Reyes, vengo de Tijuana, Baja California y tengo 23 años.
If the world really wants to keep me down, I'm going to go after it relentlessly, regardless of what other people say or the circumstances that are in front of me. My name is Malicious Michael Reyes. I'm 31 years old, and I am out of Oxnard, California.
Siento que ha habido muchas mejorías este último año. Hice muchos ajustes en mi campamento. Siento que he mejorado mucho mi mentalidad.
I know he's aggressive, explosive, and he likes to command respect from his opponents. He fights similar to me, so I'm excited to see how that unfolds in the cage.
Creo que es una pelea pareja, pero he trabajado muy duro para trabajar una finalización.
It ends with him being in pieces.
Esta noche pues espero esté preparado para una muy buena pelea. Voy a dar todo como siempre voy a dar el corazón en cada pelea.
Carlos, we're going to put on a show. You know, I'm going to do what I need to do in there.
Entrando a la jaula, Carlos Reyes.
There is Carlos Reyes, 4-3 in his MMA career. And the first thing that jumps out when you're studying this guy is it's literally been win one, lose one his entire career. He's never had back-to-back wins or losses. That consistency hasn't been there.
And that's what you need if you need to make it in the sport, because win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. Really not going to get you anywhere.
And the same baseball.
Yeah.
You cannot afford to not have the streak.
You have to have that streak, that winning streak that's going to catapult you to the next level. And he says, look, I've been training very hard, working on my boxing, my stand-up game. He did that against his last opponent. We saw it effectively. But he's a powerhouse for his weight class. This guy is stacked. And he has a lot of power. He has great cardio. He does have that power punch in him. So that consistency, and to get a victory over Malicious Reyes, Mikey Malicious Reyes, is going to be something that's going to go real good in his fighting resume, knowing that his opponent does have far more experience or veteranship inside La Jaula.
Looking to get over that confidence hump. Will he do it tonight? Let's bring in his opponent.
Su oponente, Michael Reyes.
Often goes by Mikey. That's right, Malicious Mikey Reyes. 8-6 as a professional. Throws big power punches from the southpaw stance. And last time out against Enrique Pacheco, what I noticed studying that fight is got out of some submissions early. It was so aggressive. He kept running into that submission game, And then round number 2, got caught in the guillotine. He, again, didn't make the proper fight adjustments throughout that fight. Didn't keep distance away from a guy who clearly was confident in his ground game.
And that's what you need to do, right? It's about adjustment. You come in with a fight, with a strategy, and adjusting within the fight what makes you that fighter that you need to be, catapult. But just like his opponent, he'll get in a winning streak and he'll fall right back to it too as well in Mikey Reyes. But Mikey, he brings it all. He has a lot of heart, very tenacious in there. He's been in Combate Global for some time. And when you talk to this man, you would never know that he's a fighter, the way he speaks to you. Very cool, calm, collective, an artiste, to say the least.
Yeah, soft-spoken, but he hits hard. 8 years older than his opponent is Mikey Reyes. Also, a significant reach advantage for the one they call Mikey versus Carlos Reyes is winning tonight.
Continuamos con mucha más acción este duelo. En la división peso mosca, we continue with much more action this bout. In the flyweight division, los jueces son the judges are Elian Rodríguez, Byron Sellers, and Jonathan Lane. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, in the blue corner, wearing black, vestido de negro, su peso oficial, 124.8 libras, his official weight, 124.8 pounds, with a record of 4 victories and 3 losses, con un récord profesional de 4 victorias y 3 derrotas. De Tijuana, Baja California, México, Carlos el Chacal Reyes. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, wearing white, vestido de blanco, su peso oficial, 124.8 libras, his official weight, 124.8 pounds, with a record of 8 victories and 6 losses, con un récord profesional de 8 victorias y 6 derrotas. From Oxnard, California, Michael Malicious Reyes. El referee, Marcos Pérez de Panamá.
En todo momento. Se quedan guantes si quieren. Sus esquinas.
They're both Reyeses. It is Mikey in the white, Carlos in the black. We're getting ready for round number 1.
Listo. Listo. Combate.
And we are underway.
Yeah, Mikey, again, he comes in here very effective right from the start. Very fast, very explosive. He told me earlier this week, look, fight IQ is only getting better with experience. And I've learned not to rush into things or get caught up in the chaos, rather to control it. He wants to stay tactical. He says, I'm going to be a surgeon inside La Jaula.
His scalpel is sharp. Both of these fighters looking for some consistency in Combate Global. Carlos trying to get out of that win one, lose one, because right now he's due for a loss. Won his last fight in Combate Global. It's been 5 decisions in a row. He's had trouble kind of sealing the deal in fights.
And this fight, too, could be a dog fight between these two dudes. They bring everything. If you look back at that fight against Rodrigo Garcia back in April, I mean, that was a slugfest, man. And Carlos just busted open, and he kept going. That was early on in the fight. He said he's been working a lot of that boxing, sharpening it up. Very calm, very cool.
Mikey effective with the kicks. His back is to us, and so far he's living up to his word. He's kind of taking his time a little more, not rushing in as much as we have seen him do in previous fights.
And being that this is 125, and the 125ers, you know, this
oh,
is
good
pace,
right hand from Carlos.
But that's where it is, right? You got to slow down that pace, control that pace of that fight. If you're able to do that, I mean, the fight is yours.
Even when they go slow, they're fast. Yeah. 125 is unbelievable. Ooh. Mikey walking into that right hand shot, but fighters in opposite stances. That's going to happen.
Yeah. I know there from Carlos is that right hand that he's putting up a little too strong, right? It's a little loose. Mikey could capitalize on that.
Yeah, Mikey trying to keep the distance with that front kick. Both guys using their feet very effectively. Like Carlos said, he's been working on his boxing. You've seen a nice tight right hand. Oh, trying to use it again, just a little behind the ear there. And he's tightened it up just a little bit.
Southpaw there.
Big head kick from Carlos.
You know, fighting a southpaw, you know how you're left, you know how tough that is to find someone in the gym, in the sparring session. Get used to it.
Right, not only does the offense change, the defense changes, where you know you're not used to the power shot coming from that side. A lot of fighters end up slipping the wrong direction.
Because you're so used to one movement, right? It's like natural instinct, but
Carlos so far looking very calm and collected in there.
Yeah, both these guys. I'm really impressed how the pace is not too fast. You know, they're just not going quick. If you look at the Carlos fight, it was fast. I mean, I almost lost the wind of myself just looking back and forth, but this is a really different fight for both these guys. Trying to go for the uppercut, Carlos.
What Mikey certainly promised is a more surgical approach, not rushing in, not doing anything dumb, looking for his openings, but Carlos content so far to lead the dance with that power right hand.
You know, Mikey does have that strong wrestling base. He can always go to that, if effective.
Good calf kick again, and taking Carlos off balance. Wondering if you're tuning in late, wondering why we're using first names. Both fighters have the last name Reyes. It is Mikey in the white on your right, Carlos in the black on your left.
Reyes will win, I can tell you that for a fact.
Sure bet. you like your bets to be a sure thing. Ooh. Both fighters, you trying to catch the other, coming in with power punches.
Carlos does have that power punch. He does have a lot of power in their shoulders. You can tell there's a difference in muscular status.
Yeah, Mikey having the wrestling advantage. There hasn't even been an attempt really at a takedown so far. They've run into one another and gone for clinches, but no level change, no commitment to a double leg, single leg, nothing like that.
And it shows the confidence in Mikey in his striking game. And how he's trying to change the pace of his fighting. More controlled. Oh. Yeah, Carlos will throw it with those flying knees. They're trying to be a little creative in there, trying to get a little highlight reel.
So far, Mikey good with the kicks at long range. Carlos doing well with the punches, especially the right hand. So far, that's been the ebb and flow of this fight, trying to load up that right hand with 10 seconds left. Who will leave an impression on the judges before the final bell?
No hay que respirar, ¿qué te dije? 30 segundos. Se encima, güey, se encima con la cabeza, güey. Se encima con la cabeza, güey. Lo puedes agarrar con una rodilla así voladora, güey. Pero sí espéralo a que... Si se encima mucho, túmbalo, güey. Túmbalo, güey. Si se te encima ya búscale el takedown, güey. Y sí lo puedes tumbar, güey. Ahorita te le pegaste a la jaula. Pero para la otra, cárgalo de la verga, sótalo si se te encima de más, güey. Y tu mano derecha, güey, está muy bien, güey. Está muy bien. Se tope bien, ¿no? Envolado en las dos.
Welcome back to round number 2. Carlos Reyes, Mikey Reyes. Mikey in the white on your right, taking on Carlos in the black on your left. Close round 1. We have open scoring. We will know the score soon, but a tactical fight
Very
so
tactical.
far through the first 5 minutes.
It's been a chess game. It's a very evenly matched when you put these two toe-to-toe. Look up for Carlos' right hand. He's just trying to look the right timing. Has a lot of power behind it. In fact, in between rounds, his coach says, that right hand of yours, man, it's beautifully, beautifully up there. Strong hand. Make sure you use it when the right time is out there for you.
Mikey effective with the kicks. How did the judges see it? 2 of them. Thought for Carlos Reyes in round number 1. Mikey needs to turn it up here in round number 2. Already a little bit wobbly from the power of Carlos.
What's happening is that Mikey's coming in real close and leaving that chin open, and that's when Carlos uses that right hand. Clinch here. Still feeling it out, Jimmy. And very tactical, right from that, just like the first round, but more, a little bit more power, a little more oomph in this round.
Yeah, stepping in with the left hand is Mikey Reyes. Oh, good left again.
I won't be surprised here if Mikey switches levels at any point to take it to the ground.
Didn't really see it in round number 1, and now it's Carlos looking for the single leg. Good defense, and someone is cut. See blood on the shoulder of Mike.
Carlos. Let's see it from this angle.
Oh, good
shot
work.
there, yeah.
And some pain on the face of Carlos.
I think it's coming from the nose of Carlos.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And he is not liking those short punches from Mikey.
Beautiful work from the clinch, laying in some shots. Beautifully executed. You know, that clinch, if you really perfect that, Jimmy, could just take the heck.
Oh, liver shot! And that's it!
Oh, I know the feeling, Carlos.
The liver shot!
Man!
Mikey Reyes getting it done.
Little homage to Bosch Rutten.
Beautiful stuff.
Man, Mike, he made it look good.
Right, against La Jaula, no room to move. That's where Mikey Reyes was getting it done with short punches. One shot to the liver. And this was over.
And let's take a look right here. Is that clinch work effectively from Mikey Malicious Reyes? Bam! Right there. I know the feeling, Carlos. It's horrible. Just no way but just still go down on one knee and just weigh it out.
Internal organs just shutting down. Referee recognizing it immediately. There was no fight in Carlos Reyes. See him collapsing to the mat. Great stuff from Mikey Reyes right now in front of us. Pumping it up, and I gotta agree with him. He is happy. And I understand it 100%. Overcoming adversity to land the body shot against the fence. The knee and then the punch, both on the liver side, the right-hand side. Brutal stuff. That's how you get a TKO.
Beautiful, beautiful
Round
stuff.
number 2. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, just effectively right there from that clinch work. You know, we're used to seeing Mike really moving a lot, throwing in those fists with that wrestling, but it was the clinch work here that made it for him.
Well, as soon as his opponent couldn't move, he got it done. We'll make it official here at Combate Global when we come back. Welcome back to Combate Global as we make our way into La Jaula. Beatriz Callis can let us know who won.
El tiempo oficial, 2 minutos y 19 segundos del round número 2. The official time, 2 minutes and 19 seconds of round number 2. And the winner by technical knockout, el ganador por knockout técnico, Michel Reyes!
Just Mikey said he was going to be a surgeon. Well, that scalpel went right into the liver, over and over of Carlos Reyes. Very close fight in round number 1, but he really found the recipe for disaster in round number 2 if you're on the Carlos Reyes team.
Well, he got his doctor's degree here tonight as an MMA fighter because he did it exceptionally well. He played his card right. He knew that in the first round that Carlos was going to come out swinging, but he really slowed down the pace. He was the one that had the hands on the wheel and controlled the fight. And it was in the second round when he was able to bring him in really close into this clinch work where he landed these effective shots. And I know Carlos was trying to go with his flying knees, trying to get creative, but Mikey read it like a book. He knew exactly what Carlos was going to bring in here with that fast-paced style of fighting. And listen, experience is what teaches you that. How to control yourself, how to pace yourself as a fighter, how to set the tone. That is something that comes with multiple fights under your belt. And right here, the clinch work, shot to the liver, and that is all she wrote, Jimmy.
Takes everything out of you. Your internal organs just completely shut down. You cannot move.
Can't breathe, can't do nothing.
Yeah, great accuracy from Mikey Reyes. Wow. Has the momentum now, wants to do great things in La Jaula. It was a close first round. 2 judges gave it to Carlos Reyes. And you look at the stats, Reyes did great things inside La Jaula with his hands. 35 out of 70, but the kicks belong to Michael Reyes, and that clinch work, the knees, the shots to the liver, great stuff. As soon as his opponent couldn't move, as soon as Carlos was stuck, Reyes took, of course, they're both Reyes.
Yeah,
Mikey took this one over.
Yeah, and you know, it's like back-to-back kicks have been the story of the night, right? Yes. That's what's made the difference in all these fights, but that was made the difference. But effective. What I'm really impressed about Mikey is, you know, he stayed to his word. He said, I got a better fighting IQ. It comes a time, you'll see it here tonight. And he did exactly that.
All right, with all the knockouts we've seen tonight, all the great fights, you said this one is going to be the dog. We will
scrap
see when
this
we
is a
come
scrap,
back.
folks.
You want to see the dogs? You want to howl with the wolves? Come join us. Welcome back to Combate Global, our featured fight of the evening. David Doggy Aguilar taking on Alfrego Ruelas. Both fighters from Mexico, pride on the line. You know what happens. Beatriz, bring him in.
Entrando a la jaula, David Aguilar.
There he is, David Aguilar. Doggy undefeated in his MMA career. Is just getting started. 3-0 as you see, blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Training with the
years old,
Goshen.
just getting started. Yep.
Yeah, he's training with the Goshen Academy, Jimmy. You can see right there to his left side, Christian Puas Perez, right? One of the faces here of Combate Global, will be competing very, very soon in La Jaula. Trains with that man, but as you stated, undefeated very early in his career. But what really stands out, man, is that punching, that tenacity, high volume punches, cardio's on point. When he made that switch, coming down to South Florida and training with a goat shed, I mean, this has just been a great successful story for this young man.
Says he wants to be aggressive. Will it be enough against his opponent? Coming in now.
Su oponente, Alfrego Ruelas.
There's Alfrego Ruelas. Trains with the Bone Breakers, trains martial arts. He has trained martial arts for 17 years. His pride is in his stand-up. That's where he thinks he's exceptional. Brown belt in karate. He says it's about the kicking, the range, keep my opponents at the end of my strikes. And that's where I take him out. Looking to get over the hump. 4-5 right now in his young MMA career. Out to, you know, get to 500, move forward from there. That's his goal right now. Get over the hump, make a career out of it. He's from Mexico City, Mexico. His opponent from Mexicali. A little bit of a rivalry there.
Yeah, and he looks in top-notch shape coming into this combat against Doggy David Aguilar. Last time we saw him was against Sam Alvarez Alicat, who was competed, but last time around came out with a victory. So what you're gonna see is that range. He has that range, he has that reach, he has that great stand-up. And that's what's gonna be the difference between the two. I'm telling you, when you put these two together, man, this is gonna be a fun fight.
Let's take a look at the stats. Alfrego Ruelas, 3 years older than David Aguilar. And look at the height disparity, 5'6" to 6 foot. Also 9-inch reach advantage. We are underway at 145 pounds.
Continuamos con mucha más acción este duelo. En la división peso pluma, we continue with much more action this bout. In the featherweight division, los jueces son, the judges are Vicente Rodríguez, Elian Rodríguez y Byron Seller. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un combate global. En la esquina azul, in the blue corner, wearing red, green and white, vestido de rojo, verde y blanco. Su peso oficial, 145 libras, his official weight, 145 pounds. With a record of 3 victories, con un récord profesional de 3 victorias. De Mexicali, Baja California, México, David Doggy Aguilar. En la esquina roja, in the red corner, wearing black, vestido de negro. Su peso oficial, 145.6 libras, his official weight, 145.6 pounds, with a record of 4 victories and 5 losses, con un récord de 4 victorias y 5 derrotas. From Pachuca, Hidalgo, México, Alfredo The Slayer Ruelas. El referee, Alain Abeles.
Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch him up, go ahead, come out fight.
David Aguilar in the white, green, and red, taking Alfrego Ruelas, who is in the black. Both fighters from Mexico. Alfrego Ruelas from Mexico City. David Aguilar from Mexicali.
Pull out the popcorn, Jimmy.
Oh, it's going to be a good one. Oh, I keep thinking, man. I'm looking at Ruelas and going, man, he is welterweight sized.
Yeah,
he is huge.
6 foot tall dude. And to make 145 is 6 feet, man.
Unbelievable.
That's a lot of work.
Great at cutting weight.
Yeah.
That's all we can say, but both these fighters promise to be aggressive. Aguilar talking about needing to get into the chest of a guy who is 6 foot. Negate that range advantage by getting in. That's easier said than done, as Ruelas is throwing a lot of punches early.
Right, you get these two in the pocket, there's no way in stopping these two, I'll tell you that much. Ooh, got clipped there.
2 sharp punches landing right on the jaw of Aguilar.
Yeah, what Aguilar needs to do, he needs to cut that distance there. That reach from Alfrego is going to make the difference. He needs to keep coming in.
Ruelas talked about his karate background, his unorthodox strikes. That's where he feels he has the advantage tonight. Another beautiful left hook. He is catching Aguilar coming in.
That's the thing. He needs to get down a little bit. Remember, you know, people always think that the taller fighter has the advantage because I'm going to have to say,
left hook. Once again, caught Aguilar right on the chin.
He needs to be, he's standing too tall.
Ruelas has the hit kick knockout in round number 1.
Wow.
He was teeing off, then he found the spot with a beautiful head kick. And Aguilar, the formerly undefeated fighter, face down. Wow. What a shot.
Today, it's just been kicks.
Unbelievable.
Shots.
And Alfrego Ruelas looking at his fallen opponent, the gravity of the moment hitting him a bit.
Yeah, checking Aguilar. He's standing up. He's not standing up yet, but he is getting down to his elbows. That's a good sign.
He's awake, he's conscious, but that's surprising.
Yes,
he was
standing too tall. He was standing too tall against Alfrego. He needed to come down, bring him down to his level. And this is where he got a little careless, put his hands down, and Alfrego just found the right timing to connect with that kick. And that is all she wrote.
Remember Krokop?
Yes.
That's right, head kick of doom.
Mikro Krokop.
Of course, he did it from the southpaw stance. That was from orthodox, but reminiscent of the kickboxing sensation turned mixed martial artist. Great stuff from Alfrego Ruelas. David Aguilar is now sitting up, being attended to. Bad shot, but looks like he's going to be all right. He is on the stool, being attended to, and just beautiful stuff from Alfrego Ruelas. Wow. Not only does he have the size, he has the accuracy, he has the power. When we come back here in Combate Global, we will make it official. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back inside Univision Studios. It was a brutal feature fight. That's right, Mexican pride on the line, and ended how we expected, in a knockout. Beatrice, make it official.
El tiempo oficial, 1 minuto y 24 segundos del round número 1, the official time. 1 minute and 24 seconds of round number 1. And the winner by knockout, el ganador por knockout, Alfrego Ruelas!
Now 5-5 as a pro, head kick knockout finish. Alfrego Ruelas, a 500 record. Let's talk about that. But
500.
He is a giant 145-pounder. He has a ton of confidence right now. If I'm a featherweight right now in Combate Global, I'm looking out for this guy.
This is scary, dude. Yeah. that height. And what's really impressive is that he makes that 145 at 6 feet.
Unbelievable. And also his timing was good. His accuracy was good. His combinations were sharp and crisp. As the bigger guy, a lot of people kind of run into their opponent. They get overly aggressive and run into their opponent. He never did that. His control of timing and space and distance was all there tonight. He talked about his karate background. It was that kind of a fight.
Yeah, and you know, he fought the fight that he wanted because David is that type of fighter that just scrap and go head and toes him. So he didn't go that route. Yeah. And the times that we've seen Alfrego in here, that's the type he fights. You know, he's fighting in a higher division, 155.
Yes.
But this time around, and it goes back to what Mikey Reyes did, right? He cooled himself with that fighting IQ, when to know, when to strike, and where to calm down the pace of the fight. And wow, what an exceptional night of fights tonight, man. The kicks, it's been kicks all day tonight, Jimmy.
You see it, 5 out of 10 for Alfrego Ruelas. It was the last one that really mattered. Sky is the limit for him as we roll on here at Combate Global. Welcome back to Combate Global. We got a classic fight for you from earlier this year. Yeisy Piña versus Nikol Aguirre. Fight going down. Incredibly aggressive. Both of these ladies talked about what they could do and how well-rounded they were. Ring announcer, let's get it going.
Yeisy, Piña.
And here is Yeisy Piña. Basic style is karate, 36 years old. She talks about her stand-up ability. She has been on the national team in her home country for the last 15 years. That means you know what you're doing on your feet. You have confidence in your kicks at that point, Rodolfo.
At that point, you have to figure out exactly where you know what your bread and butter is in that kick. And we've seen so many of these fighters that some of them, Yona Machida just comes to mind with that karate background transition into MMA and has had some exceptional KOs and memorable moments with those kicks. But of course, in mixed martial arts, it could be a different game. And as we've seen the sport just evolve over time, karate is almost, I feel like, is there, but it's taking a different approach because you have to bring in all these different elements and combine it and make it just what it is today, an all-around fighter.
No, she's a fan of Khabib Nurmagomedov. She has faith in her ground game as well, but let's see what a strategy she brings tonight.
Y ahora su oponente, Nikol Aguirre.
Nikol Aguirre. She started out in Muay Thai, then transitioned to Jiu-Jitsu. She's motivated by Gina Carano, Ronda Rousey, the legends that got her into it. Now she's a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu. Knows what she's doing on the ground. She said, you know, my foundation's Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu, but I brought it all together as my MMA career has expanded. She has faith in her whole game.
Yeah, an all-around fighter now. She's very confident, as he stated, and has trained with some top-notch fighters like Angela Hill and so many more. But the Alliance Jiu-Jitsu, which we know very well. We've seen a lot
San
of fighters.
Diego's fantastic.
We also training with the and Premier. And you mentioned those legends, Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano. When you look at women's MMA, and we've seen some exceptional fighters here in La Jaula, where the females always delivering with that stand-up background and incorporating all these fighting martial arts disciplines. It's just quite amazing stuff.
As we look at the head-to-head, Piña 6 years older than her opponent, but Aguirre having a 3-inch height advantage and a 7-inch reach advantage. Can she keep her opponent on the outside? That is the question as we get started at 135 pounds.
Combate de mujeres que está pautado a 3 asaltos de 5 minutos en la división de peso gallo. We are ready for this bout set to 3 rounds of 5 minutes in the bantamweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are James Lázaro, Richard Green, Vicente Rodríguez. Y ahora sí, damas y caballeros, el momento ha llegado para un combate global. Presentando en la esquina azul, introducing in the blue corner, haciendo su debut profesional, making her pro debut, vistiendo azul con los colores de Venezuela. She registered at a weight of 134.2 pounds. Subió a la jaula pesando 134.2 libras. Es de Caracas, Venezuela. Yeisy, la saeta Piña. Y ahora su oponente en la esquina roja. Now introducing the red corner. También hace su debut profesional. Also doing her pro debut. Vistiendo todo de azul representando a Guatemala. Registró un peso de 135.8 libras. She's stepping weighing at 135.8 pounds. Representing Guatemala from Washington, D.C. fighting by the way of San Diego, California. Nikol No Aguirre. El referee para este combate de Panamá, Marcos Pérez.
Fighters, come on here. Stop. Ok. Closer. Okay. Ya saben las reglas. Quiero una pelea limpia. Okay. Sigan mi comando en todo momento. Choquen con guantes si quieren. Ok. Esquina.
We're about to get it started. Round number 1. Both these fighters making their pro debuts.
Salita.
Yeisy Piña in the dark blue, Nikol Aguirre in the light blue. we are underway.
Nikol's Muay Thai experience to come up front. There's those kicks right there coming right from the top from Piña.
Piña, part of the national team in Venezuela, in karate. 15 years, been doing her entire life at the highest level.
You know, Jimmy, there's just so many fighters. I could just name a few that have managed to use that type of stance and apply it and use it effectively in MMA. Because it's
Make it
very
work,
hard.
yes.
Because it's very hard. It's very difficult.
Oh,
Great
good right
striking,
hand
yeah.
from Piña.
Kind of loopy, though. Needs to be cautious there. The openings for uppercuts are available.
Man, but good strategy, though, against a much taller opponent with a significant reach advantage. Get inside, make it a little bit dirty.
Yeah, you're going to fake that there. Make sure you keep those hands up.
Piña, though, making her MMA debut. Oh, big right hand. She has confidence with her stand-up. And right now, Nikol Aguirre taken aback a little bit by this early aggression.
What I'm liking for Piña, she's very cool, calm here, very collective, focused. Showing like she's been here before.
And the left hook gets through.
Yeah,
Kade having no luck timing Piña coming in.
Piña's just going in there, flurry of punches, but very loopy, very wild with them.
Yeah, if Nikol Aguirre was able to tighten up her initial shot, she might catch Piña coming in.
Yeah, when you fight a fight like that, you just got to cut them off. They're going to be throwing in those kicks. Ooh, great right hand there.
Piña just having no trouble loading up that big shot. And also using it to close distance like that.
You have to close that distance against a fighter like that with that stand-up. That's just going to throw them off. Unless you're MVP. Was it Michael?
Michael Venom Page.
Let's hear him.
At range. Great speed. He's a man, too, fights in that low karate stance. It's really hard to figure him out.
Super hard.
Let's see if we can get a takedown. Aguirre, the jiu-jitsu black belt. So far, no real effort to take this to the floor. We see the body lock, but
you see some of that clinch work from Aguirre. You know, that's that Muay Thai background.
No commitment with the hips. Is Aguirre trying to kind of stifle the offense.
She gets to get those hooks, Jimmy.
Now, of Yeisy Piña, who has been so far extremely accurate with her strikes.
Aguirre, they're just trying to work for those hooks, but Piña not letting him in. Great elbow thrown in there.
Not what you would expect from a taller fighter, but great clinch work. Head kick on the way out and takedown. Right on top, and how the momentum has shifted.
Now it's that change of pace here. Both these fighters making that transition from the Muay Thai to karate and now into the ground game to see what work they put into play.
Man, Aguirre having a lot of confidence with her ground game. Training out of Alliance, black belt in jiu-jitsu. She is now on top exactly where she wants to be, and unfortunately the karate specialist forced to work from half guard. I'll tell you, that is hard to use in MMA, even if you have great jiu-jitsu.
It's a tough position to be in and exhausting as well.
Yes.
Good elbow shots there.
Short strikes, now unloading with the punches. Looking at the leg, thinking ankle lock.
Piña pushing her out, good away, maybe go for an up kick there.
After dominating the first couple minutes of round number one, Nikol Aguirre has turned this one around. 50 seconds left in round number one, and Piña took a risk and gave her back.
She just grabbed her right there. Yep. It's like just gave it away. Didn't even hesitate.
Body lock, physical pressure on Piña right now. Almost has her completely flattened out. We might see the end if she's able to unload. 30 seconds left.
Trying to soften her up, get that opening to land in their rear naked choke.
Could be thinking TKO. 20 seconds left to go in round number one. Go for the armbar. Beautiful transition.
Great stuff.
14 seconds left. Piña, though, able to cut the angle and take pressure off the arm.
May make it, Jimmy, by the nick of time.
And we will see a round number two. Wow. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. And Nikol Aguirre finished round number 1 on top.
She got lucky with that timing there because Nikol Aguirre just grabbed that arm. Very, very persistent.
Ya, mira, te estáis agachando, no estáis haciendo lo que hablamos. Toma, ven. Respira profundo, respira profundo, respira profundo. Mírala, mira, ella se va a cansar. ¿Qué tenemos que hacer? No estás... Cuando ella te toma en el clinch, la mano va por encima.
When she gets you in the clinch, get your head down. All right, put it over her head. As we're seeing here, the replay, Jimmy, it was just that clinch work here with the elbows, that Muay Thai background coming into play. We grabbed that head and landed those vicious knees consistently, but at the end, just with seconds left, she tried to finish off the fight with the arm bar, but a little too late. Piña lives to see another round.
Nikol Aguirre in the light blue. Yeisy Piña in the dark blue. And right now you're looking at Nikol Aguirre, who became the bully about halfway through that first round. In clinch positions, in the over-under, able to get the takedown. And she start where she left off in round number 2.
Yeah, Aguirre needs to come into this round already very confident the way that round ended. Needs to carry on that momentum. Got Guatemala versus Venezuela here.
And Piña, she was confident in her karate and her striking ability. She's going back to it. Nice left hook.
Yeah, but you can't fight it. See, yeah, it's more she's putting up her hand like when she's fighting out flies. Right there, that's the right moment to switch the levels and take it to the ground for Aguirre.
And Aguirre just having trouble with that lead jab, stopping Piña on the way in. That windmill of an overhand right has worked for Piña over and over again. Takedown easy. Kicking the leg out from Piña. Now we're right back where round number 1 ended. 4 minutes left, easy mount. This is not where you want to be if you're Yeisy Piña.
Yeah, she lost her footing and Aguirre took advantage of that. And right there into mount, landing in those shots.
Here's where that size advantage is so crucial, having a bigger fighter on top of you. It is awful. Nice heavy hips from Nikol Aguirre.
Just pinning her towards the jaula. Handing into that right arm. Holding it off and landing in those shots. Watch out, maybe she might get something in here, Jim.
Now looking at the ground and pound, trying to isolate the arm. Piña, though, sticking her hands up, almost baiting her, it looks like, with the armbar. Take the armbar, just get off me, and Aguirre not taking it. Wow. She gets the ground and pound victory. Minute 40 into round number 2. Great stuff from Nikol Aguirre.
Very impressive stuff from this young lady making her debut. Hoisting that Guatemalan flag proudly.
You'll have other wins, but your first one is the sweetest as a pro. Great stuff from Nikol Aguirre. We'll make it official when we come back. It was a brutal fight. Nikol Aguirre had to overcome some adversity to win all the more.
38 segundos de mucha más acción en el segundo asalto. A minute and 38 seconds of mucha más acción in the second round. The referee Marcos Perez stopped the fight. For the winner by technical knockout, Nikol Aguirre.
Undefeated now in her pro MMA career, 1-0. Her dominance tonight was on the ground, the takedown, the armbar, the ground and pound. Excellent stuff from Nikol Aguirre. Had to make some adjustments. The awkward stand-up style of Piña, but once she made them, it was all over. And this is how it ended, on top. Great ground and pound.
Great stuff right there, showing that transition from that stand-up and now to becoming a mixed martial artist, finishing out the fight with that ground and pound. But no, 1 second in that first round, we thought it was going to end as she had her in that armbar position, but we had to wait into the second round. Nikol Aguirre getting that first professional win as a mixed martial artist. Welcome to La Aula.
And here are the stats. They are one-sided for a reason. Nikol Aguirre able to own this one on the ground. 113 total strikes as compared to 69. The takedowns were the difference. When she got on top, strong hips, good mount, good jiu-jitsu fighter, never lets you off the hook. That's what Nikol Aguirre did on the ground tonight. Welcome back to Combate Global. Jimmy Smith alongside Rodolfo Roman. Near the beats of Los Knockouts. That's nothing compared to the knockout shots we got tonight in every single fight. Was it not one of the kind of night you remember all year? Of man, remember the night we had every single head kick knockout you can think of? It was that kind of night tonight.
Yeah, because last week we had knockouts, we had finishes, but the style of the knockout tonight with the head kicks, that's what made the difference. And there's something about a hand knockout compared to the kick knockout. It's just a little bit more sweeter, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The timing, the power, and also there's something about the upset. Right now, we know, of course, that Jose Ferreira came in undefeated at 11-0. One of the people that could maybe carry Combate Global for a long time and be one of the top guys. He ran into a veteran tonight, and we said from the beginning that veterans, they have seen everything. They are grizzled for a reason. And his opponent, Leonardo Jaime Morales, had fought Yair Rodriguez in the UFC. He was not coming in here intimidated. He made that clear from the beginning.
And he knew exactly what Ferreira was going to do. If you listen to his fight interview this week, he said, I know what he's going to do. I'm not going to look at the tape. And, you know, me studying this stuff and seeing this, I'm like, boy, this guy's not taking it, you know, to heart. He's just a walk in the park. But look what he did. It was maybe that type of mentality coming into the fight that I've been here before. I've been with tougher dudes that have really pushed me to the edge. I know exactly what I need to do tonight, and that's exactly, he picked up that victory, giving Jose Ferreira the first defeat of his career.
And another thing, the great coach, Dan Gable, said, when you lose, I want you to remember that pain. This is a guy who lost once in his entire college and high school career. Because I remember what that pain felt like. I still dream about the kid who beat me. Larry Owens, a sophomore from Washington, right? And that's what he told his guys. For all of his talent, Jose Ferreira had never been through that before tonight. There's something about losing and overcoming it. That pain drives you forward. Veterans know that pain. That was on display tonight.
You learn, it's just like in life. You learn from mistakes, you learn from your defeats. And you have to go back and fix those holes. And it goes back to that timing, like he said. You need to just perfect it and get better at it. But hey, a loss is a loss. There's another day to breathe. And you'll be seeing, I'm sure we'll be seeing Ferreira inside La Jaula very, very soon.
And as we often say in MMA, you don't want to fight someone like Ferreira, that talented, after a loss. No. They come back much stronger. That was only the beginning. We started off with our main event. We got a head kick knockout with an upset all together. Well, as we continued here at Combate Global en La Jaula, it just got more intense. It's always easy for us when we have two fighters with the same last name. All we have to talk about is the first name to keep them separate. It was Reyes tonight. It was Carlos versus Mikey. Mikey coming in with a little bit of attitude, right? A little bit of edge tonight. You talk about how he's soft-spoken when he talks. Very, very true. But this is a guy who wanted to turn his career around. He was able to do that effectively in La Jaula tonight against Carlos, who's looking to do the same thing. Win one, lose one his entire career. Do you want to be a professional or not? Can you get going? And tonight, Mikey showed that he could.
He said, that experience has given me that fighting IQ. And it showed tonight. He was able to determine the pace of the fight. He knew where to control it, how to slow down the pace of it. It was a chess match until he really knew how to pull in the trigger and take the fight where he wanted in the clinch, where he landed that vicious shot to the liver. Carlos did try to be a little creative and effective with flying knees, throwing in that right hand. You could see the sharpness and improvement in the boxing. But Mikey's experience just, you can see the difference here, just overshadowed Carlos's explosiveness. He was very calm, collective, determining where he wanted to fight. And when you look at this, Jimmy, Mikey's career, right, he does have that 4-3, 4 fights where he go down. This has to be a change, and he needs to keep that steady pace. You've seen that experience inside La Jaula, how to determine the rate or the pace of the fight. and that could be the change for the rest of his career for Mikey.
And the thing tonight is Carlos Reyes came in with a good game plan. He looked good in the beginning. He was powerful with his power shots all the way down the center. And it was the man who had been through a little bit more in Mikey Reyes who came up with the way to win. But winning by leg kick and body shot are probably the hardest ways to win in all of combat sports, not just MMA. Mikey's ability to get his opponent right where you want him and go back to the liver over and over. Knee, punch, knee, constant pressure on the liver, and it wore him down. A hard way to win, but a sweet victory tonight for Mikey Reyes.
And it shows the confidence he has in the stand-up game, because at one point I thought he was going to go to the ground, where on paper, right, you would see that Mikey does have that edge, but he decided to keep it standing, and he won a very nice win tonight. Beautifully executed by Mikey.
Well, I got to give credit where it's due. Don't like doing it. I got to admit, I don't like doing it. Rodolfo Roman, after a night full of upsets, a night full of head kicks, incredible finishes, you predicted that our last fight, our featured fight, would
told
be the
you.
All right, yeah, you
I
did.
told
You said
you,
it would
man.
be the dog fight of the night. This one, we would see an incredible highlight reel finish in that one, and that's exactly what was delivered, courtesy of Rodolfo Roman.
I just read the books, Jimmy. I just see this stuff and I predict stuff. I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, my point is, of course, one man whose nickname was Doggy, that is David Aguilar, coming in undefeated at 3-0. His opponent, 4-5, looking to go over that hump of 500, right? Make it 5-5, continue his career with momentum. To say the least, Alfrego Ruelas got the momentum he needed at the expense of David Aguilar.
Man, he needed this right here, coming out that back-to-back defeats. Now he's back in the winning column. 6 foot. That's a big, tall 145er, man. I just can't even make. I can barely make 145, and I'm not 6 feet. Imagine this guy. And then just David Doggy, just beautiful, connecting with that. Bam! Right there, kick straight down, knocking him out. He knew exactly what. But the mistake from Aguilar was, look, he was standing up. You don't stand up with a taller fighter. You have to bring him down to your level. That's what's gonna exhaust him, and you're gonna be able to get him tired. Well, didn't work out his way. I'm sure he'll learn it just like Ferreira. He'll take this loss, learn from his mistakes, and take it from there.
But when I think about momentum right now, I think about Ruelas now at 5-5, right? He's back at 500, a giant at 145 pounds, now accurate with the strikes, moved forward extremely well.
That
when you
reach.
looked at that reach was incredible. And Aguilar talked about getting chest to chest with his opponent, right? That's what he said. I'm going to get in this guy's chest. I know he's taller. I'm going to make this a dirty fight where I'm on the inside. The outside power, meaning the straight punches, the snap on the jab, totally kept Aguilar on the outside. He was doomed to win once that was the scenario. When I look at Ruelas from this point on, can't fight him really well on the outside. The ability to get on the inside was negated by those snapping punches. Take him down? Is it going to be the wrestler that's going to be his kryptonite from here on out?
Yeah, it's going to have to be that. But wow, it's just effective. The way he's able to really unfold using that striking and that power. Just proficient, great stuff from this young man. And like I said, with Aguilar, look, he trains with some beasts. He trains at the Gold Shed Academy. You saw Christian Puas Perez cornering him. I'm sure he'll go back to the drawing board and make some of those fixes there in his holes.
And that's going to be the theme of tonight. We had some serious upsets. We had some huge knockouts.
Oh, yeah, this is just awesome, dude. Oh, by the way, yeah, you hear that, Jimmy? Jimmy!
Thank you so much. I already felt old. Now I feel that much older.
You're 21, bro.
Oh my God. 21 was quite a few years ago for me. Thank you.
Congrats, Jimmy.
Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Oh.
We don't have a candle, but still make a wish. Make a wish.
I'm wishing I don't get knocked out and that you join us once again at Combate Global. Thank you so much. Enjoy your holiday weekend.
Are you ready to start?